Hi, welcome to the Urban Woman Tarot and Oracle. So I'm going to do this week's reading for the week ahead. I'm still going to use my same methodology of questions as last time. So if you want to screenshot those or look at them, I'll go back over them as we go. I'm going to read from the bicycle, from not the, yeah, this is my fireball bicycle. Here's my fireball bicycle. And then, so I'm going to ask the questions using the fireball bicycle. And then I'm going to go back through each zodiac and pull cards with the love oracle about who you are dealing with. So this is an all signs reading. This is also a general collective reading. Let me see if I can sit. Ooh, yeah, that worked perfect. So this is an all signs general read for the collective. Okay. Um, I'm sitting here because I'm hoping that my uh, bird doesn't go crazy. So Kiwi might put her 2 cents in. Um, we never know. And then two, my son is probably going to walk in here in a little while. So we'll just um, ignore him and keep right on going. All right. So your current situation for the week ahead. All right. So Father, Jesus, Ascended Masters, Angels, what does the collective have in store for the week ahead? Like, what is their current situation going to be for the week ahead? What's going to be the current situation for the week ahead for the collective? Okay, well, right out the gate, we got the Two of Wands showing up. So you might happen to be making a decision this coming week. Could be around love. Could be with a fire sign. Something you put a lot of work into. Maybe you thought was the one. But there is a new opportunity on the table around happiness. I will say that. All right, so let's see. All right, so currently you are, yeah. All right, so currently you are, Lord, gosh. So I get like this just because the same thing is like applies to myself. All right, so here we go. Currently you're out of the cold of, it looks like speaking with someone because there's a lot of cups here on the table or hearts here on the table. So it looks like there's someone here that you're out of the cold, haven't been talking to or speaking with. And the challenge is that there's a new opportunity coming in, but there's also a lot of heartache in this situation. So this is someone you've been dealing with, someone from the past. There is going to be an offer, but I'm not sure if you're going to take it. I'm not sure if you're going to take it. But it's definitely going to be up to you. So there is an offer on the table this week coming in, and it may cause you to look back at your finances. It may cause you to be a little bit more. I will say this because of the 7 of Cups over here, so or the 7 of Hearts over here. There's a king here that's looking back. So you, whether you're a female or a male, you can embody this energy. And I would say that regardless of who you are or what sex you are, what sex you are, whatever sexual orientation you are coming about this in a more mature, grounded manner, like where your focus is more money minded, your career and your money. I don't think that your focus is that much on relationships at the moment, but I'm telling you, you've had options in the past, and maybe one of those options broke your heart. But it looks like whatever this option is coming back around this week. But I think you're going to be looking back over your investments and what you invested in this relationship and what you didn't invest in this relationship. Yeah, so you're going to have a decision to make. Okay. So you are going to have a decision to make this week. You are going to be presented with an opportunity. You will have a decision to make this week. You may feel like it's unclear, but what you don't know is that you have, oh yes, it's also a new moon. You have the world in your hand. So it's literally like you've got two of wands over here, the two of spades. So that in the tarot, you have the world in your hand. You literally have the world in your hand. The world's your oyster. So it's like you got to make a decision. What the fuck do you want? Because I'm telling you, and that's what you're gonna manifest. And it's also the new moon. So yes, ain't that right, Keely? It is. So, anyways, I would seriously look at the. Oh yes. Okay. Yeah. So there's going to be a lot of victory this week, or you've already had a lot of victory. Okay. You may have had epiphanies because there's also not like the major arcana in this uh, play card deck. So there's no major arcana here, but what I am getting is all right. So the Joker came out, but it came out in reverse, and I'm gonna leave him in there. So, anyways, okay. Let's say your current situation with everything you've been through at this moment in time in your life. Okay, you are somewhat looking at what brings you. And my son's about to walk in, so just ignore him and hopefully the dogs. Here comes Garrett. Hopefully they'll be quiet. And here comes my son in. So, anyways, and son, I'm doing a second name. But so it looks like let me get back to what I was thinking. I keep looking at this Joker card. This Joker card's funny blue. It's almost like, oh my gosh, okay, have you been seeing 808 a lot? The angel number 808, because that's on this card. Check him out. I mean, he is riding a bicycle, like bye Felicia, but he's in the reverse. So I almost want to say that if you lost stuff in the past and it kind of hurt your heart or broke your heart a little bit, just know these things are going to come back around because you've been thinking about them, you're manifesting them. You're going to have victory this week, but there's also going to be some things from where you've been reflecting on, because there's a King of Pentacles here, which is all about that grounding, stable, secure, stability, looking at your finances, being financially secure and financially mature. But you also got the King of Wands over here. So you've got, there's maturity in your passion and things that you want to go after and the things you want to do and accomplish in your life. So there's going to be a lot of things from the past returning. You're going to have to make a choice, and you've got the Seven of Pentacles here in your outcome. So for the week, it looks like you're going to be making choices on things that bring you, well, things that ignite like your passions or your creativity or your spirit, but also things that keep you grounded and things that aren't like chaotic. So you may be looking forward to making a more peaceful week this week. Even though you are going to have things from the past kind of popping back up, it's going to be up to you to make the best choices that you can, because you got the Seven of Pentacles. So that's investing wisely, wise investments. So, and look, and also reevaluate your options to see what needs to go and what needs to stay. And that's why I say there's some things coming back and you're evaluating. There's some things coming in, and like I said, I was laughing because that Joker card, because you're like, there are going to be some things in your life you're going to be laughing about when it returns, and you're going to be like, I don't know what would make you think I would even entertain this again, but whatever. Bye, Felicia. That's what I get from this Joker card. So, anyways, all right. So there's that reading, and I take all the cards off, and then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Pentacles. You're putting a lot of hard work into you, I think, the way this is coming off. You're putting in a lot of hard work in yourself, which is going to pay off. And if you are being, hello, if you are being um, more aggressive about yourself and your peace, then I would say keep at it because it's working. Keep at it because it's working. All right, so let's do the person on your mind. All right, so Father, Jesus, angels, Ascended Masters, universe, what messages do you have for the collective regarding the person on their mind? The person that's on their mind. Oh, you're welcome. So this is the person on your mind. Now, sometimes these readings do kind of questions. The readings do kind of like run into each other, which is always okay. That just means you get extra information, sometimes extra clarity. All right, so the person on your mind right now, okay. Ooh, well, okay. Hold on. Let me deal this out. I want to see right here. Okay. So, what you need to know about the person that's on your mind, they're a little bit of a player. You need to know that. You're probably a little bit of a player too. You very well could be. But this person, I think, one upped you. And I can see where this would apply in my situation as well. So somebody, I would say a player that you have, this person is a player. So I'm going to go ahead and label this person as a player. Okay. That's what I'm going to say. It's a player. This player did some sneaky shit, basically. And I think did some sneaky shit to get away from you. Um, you put a lot of work and yeah, you put a lot of work and effort into this relationship and trying to make a relationship with this person. But now it's at the time where you're going to have to make a decision whether you're still wanting to put up with this energy or keep at it. Oh, okay. And then we have the Three of Swords. So you may make the decision that you're not playing this game anymore and decide not to. Okay. 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 Yeah. Okay. Mm. All right. Let me go ahead and go chilling, 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 chilling. All right. So here's what I'm seeing in the week ahead that's coming. Someone from your past that you put a lot of effort into is returning. Okay. You're going to have to make a decision about this person. You may make a decision because there's clarity coming in where the Ace of Swords is in the environment. There is some clarity. There's some truth coming forward that's going to give you clarity that I think you are going to be like, I don't know if I want to entertain this again. And you may walk away from it and once you do that, the things that you really do want that bring you passion and happiness, those things are going to come flying in once you do that. So you got like smooth sailing, but you're also going there might be an argument or you might have some words with this person when it comes to trying to cut them out or cut them off. Okay. This person may try to love bomb your ass. They may try to be like, put on a show like they're the main man in your life. They may even try to tell you that, like, in a month, they're going to have their shit together. But I'm telling you, in whatever you decide to do, you're going to be victorious because you've got the Six of Wands. But keep in mind, you also have the Five of Swords. So there's going to be a conversation. And it could be heartbreaking just because of what words you use and what you say, because words they can hurt. So you could do that, and if that could be the thing that clears the air between you and this person, where it helps to bring in the things that you want. So I am now getting that message. So there is that, but it's going to take a conversation a hard conversation to get this moving. So, but whatever it is, you'll be victorious in it. So, expect a conversation from a returner, a player in your life that's coming back. So, expect that. Yes, I would definitely expect that. Yep, because those cards there just tell me it's that. All right, so let's look at work and finance. So, what's your work and finance going to be like for the week ahead? All right, so fathers, Jesus, archangels, and managed universe. What can the collective expect for the week ahead regarding their work and finances? How is work going to be with work and finances? I'm loving my little table here. I might have to set this up where instead of you seeing me, you see the cards. Oh, so I have a green cheek conure. If any of you watch Tyler's tarot, he has a conure as well, except for his is a male. Mango is his name. His is a male. I have a female, and she's a green cheek conure like his, but she's a female version. So, but yes, she's beautiful. She looks like a rainbow. I love rainbows. I'll take her out in just a minute. All right, so work and finance. Let's see. Okay, that's the Nine of Swords. All right, so there might be something at work that you need to, well, okay. So this week at work, there's a lot of love that you have for work, but it almost seems like you're also going to be a little tired, a little exhausted, and it may stress you out a little bit. I would say that you've been working a lot. There might be some things too that you are also having to walk away from, like in your personal life or the other readings that we've already done. Those emotions right there could be affecting you and your work this week. So just be aware of that. You are going to have a good week at work. There will be a good collaboration. You're going to have to make good memories this week. And there's something that you ought to know that's coming up in like, um, I'm going to say like a month. There's going to be an opportunity, something coming up in a month. If you are, if you don't have a job and you're worried, know that something's coming in a month. If you have a job and you're working right now, I would say know that there's going to be an opportunity or something coming up within the next month. It's going to make you really happy. Yeah. It's going to make you very, very happy. Very happy. Okay. Yeah. So, anyways, all right. It is going to make you happy. You're going to feel like, hold on now, because there's too many people here on this board. Too many people. Let me see. So I think you're going to be offered an opportunity. It may not come from like a higher up, like a GM, but it may come from like a manager or an assistant manager. But it is going to make you happy, whatever it is. But, and it'll make you feel good. But two, here he is again. So with the Joker, it's like, I thought about taking the Joker out, but I'm leaving the Joker in. The Joker's the life of the party. If you're seeing 808 a lot, know that this is definitely your reading because 808's on this card. But, okay. So you're either going to be, this is going to go one of two ways. You're either going to be like, you're going to get an offer from a boss or something, and it's going to make you feel good, but you're either going to be like Psych. Yeah, I'll take it. Psych. Like that. Okay. Either you're going to be like that or you're going to be like, you're riding off into the sunset like, I got my shit. Okay. There's a whole lot of money over here. And I don't think you're going to be afraid to say there's a whole lot of money over here. Bia. All right. So I will say this. That's the 5 of Cups. Okay. So we got 10 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 2 of Cups. All right. So this is going to be something that with the 10 of Wands that is going to give you a lot more responsibility. Look, here she comes. There she is trying to show off. There's Kiwi. So her name is Kiwi Coconut Cole. We call her Kiwi. Sometimes Kiwi Coconut, depending on her and her mood. Isn't that right, Kiwi? Isn't that right, girlfriend? Yeah. All right. So, sorry, I just looked over and my dogs are knocked out. Um, with so remember from Spider Man, was it Uncle Bill? Uncle Ben. With great power comes great responsibility. I think if you take this new offer, it's going to give you more responsibility, a lot of work, and you're going to love it. But it may cause you to have to turn away from and cut certain things off so that you can focus more on work, and that could cause you to be a little emotional. I will say that. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have it. Yeah, you will have choices to make. I just cut bottom of the deck to the 2 of Wands, so you will have choices to make this week, and you might have to be a little sneaky. Maybe that's why that Joker card come out. You might have to be a little sneaky on your adventure this week. Okay. All right. So let's look at what you should do. All right. So Father, angels, Jesus, Cinemasters, universe. What messages do you have for the collective on what should they do for this week? For this week, what should they do? For this week, what should they do? What's the advice for the collective on what they should do? Well, go after your passions because the Ace of Wands just flew out. Go after everything that brings you happiness and joy and peace. And you got to remember, it's like the Equalizer said, you can't put a price on peace. You can't, truly. There's not enough money in the world. There ain't enough money in the world for peace. All right, so what should you do this week? Okay, so focus on happy thoughts and focus on the thing. But why are you challenged by? Okay, hold on a second. Let me see. Oh. Okay, now I see. All right. So this week, you're going to have happy moments and happy times this week. Okay. You are going to have a lot of new opportunities because we've got the Ace of Wands in the bottom of the base of the reading. So you're going to have a lot of new inspirations or ideas or new opportunities coming at you, but you're going to have to make a decision on which way you're going to go. There's that. Now, in the past, you've been doing something in the past to manifest these things. These are the things that you want. Okay. So you're going to have to cut out some things. You may also have to exit the room real slow. I don't know if some of you have ever heard that saying. I say that a lot. Sometimes you got to exit the room real slow, and sometimes you also have to pull one claw out at a time. Okay, so you may have to do that this week, but I'm gonna tell you, doing that will make you a lot happier. Yes, because you. Oh yes. Okay. Oh yes. Gosh, there's that Joker energy again. Okay, there's that Joker energy again. Let's see how he comes off this time. Okay. So there's going to be an offer of love or something this week, an offer that's going to make you really happy. Okay. It may come through social media, it may come through someone that is like not on your level as far as maturity. They might be a little bit immature than you are, even if they are older than you. Okay. Even if they are older than you, they could very well um, come in immature like. Okay. Now, this is the thing because if and when this person, or it's just a matter of time when this person, this opportunity, we're going to say this opportunity comes in. Okay. When it comes in, and I think it's going to be an opportunity that's coming from a male, a masculine. So I think you have an opportunity coming in from a masculine this week where they may come through real short at first. There's an opportunity on the table, but it may come in short, bitter, and sweet. So just know that. Okay. Also know that you've got like a card up your sleeve. Okay. Hey, how's it going? Thank you. I may get her out in just a minute. Or yeah, I'll get her out as soon as I finish the read. So you could have an offer coming in from an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Now they could come in immaturely at first, but I will say in the end, they are gonna be mature and stand up and do the right thing. Okay, I will say that. So regardless of what opportunities you got coming in this week, you're gonna have to be sneaky about some of the things you do because I think you're gonna have to rearrange some things. And I do believe that's one reason why this Joker card is coming out because keep in mind 808 is on that card again. 808, I don't know what is significant about 808. If I knew where my book was, I'd go grab it, my number book. I might go grab it in just a second. I think I remember where I put it last. So 808 means something. That's about prosperity and new beginnings, I know for sure. But it's almost like you have the upper hand here in whatever situation you're dealing with this week. You've got the upper hand. So you could be like, bye, Felicia. Or you could be like, all right, we're going to go down this path. So now, for some reason, this is going to cause a painful ending for somebody. It may not be you, it could be somebody else. Yeah. I think it's going to cause some, if this air sign that is coming in, that's going to do the thing, that's going to give an opportunity, they are going to have to cut some things out. So it's actually, I think that's on their part, not yours, because those are all swords. So they're going to have, so whatever, whoever this air sign coming in, giving you an offer, they're going to do the right thing. But just keep in mind that you may have to be a little patient with them because it's going to bring a ton of endings and backstabbings in their life. And you're going to have to be sneaky as well about how you go about doing this with this person. But they're going to have some things that they're going to have to walk away from that they might be crying over. They might be fussing with somebody, and then they might be stuck in their head about it a little bit. So you just might have to have patience with them. And bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups, and I had the Ace of Cups coming out. So I mean, there's definitely an opportunity of love. And then I go to reciprocity, however you say that word, however you say that. Okay, so let's look at how your family feels about you. All right, angels, Father, Jesus, and masters, angels. How does the collective's family feel about them at this time? How does the collective's family feel about them at this time? Yes? What you want to say? I hear you over there. I know everyone else heard you too. So what you saying? Huh? What you saying? You love your family? You loving on your family? We love you too. Yes, we do. All right. Okay. Have you been stressing out over your family? There's some things that have been going on in your family that have kept you up at night. But it looks as though there's going to be a new opportunity coming up in a month and like less than a month. And I might would even say that that could be Father's Day. Because, yeah. So maybe there's a family gathering. That right there is going to be a little challenging, especially if you're not on great terms with your family and or if there's family drama or family issues. There will be a challenge when it comes to opening up. But not to where you're going to be open. You're going to be healed. And if there's family drama, you're moving away from it. Here's that Joker card again. Look, he's coming out reverse. You're like, there's that 808. There's that 808. Okay. Anyways, so this is your family. Lord. You're like, bye, Felicia. I ain't got time for all this bullshit. And you're going after the things that bring you happiness and wish fulfillment. And if your family has a problem with it, you might kind of tell them to go to hell. Lord. Okay, I was getting ready to say we had two of the same cards in the stick. Yes. Oh my gosh. There is 4 5s on the table. That is all about huge, huge changes coming in, especially financial changes. Huge changes coming in. But like I said, every 5 is here. You got the 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Cups. And fives, like I said, are all about change. 5 of Swords is all about talking, and like talking. Your words are more like knives. 5 of Wands is competition and pettiness. Your 5 of Swords, you're leaving somebody out in the cold, not talking to them. And your 5 of Cups, you're crying over spilled milk. So there's a lot of emotions going on this week when it comes to your family and how they feel about you at this time. Um, and if they talk to you about this, which I think you are going to have a talk like within a month, like at a family gathering, there's going to be some things that come out that may put you in your head a little bit, and it may make you a little bit sour. It may. I don't know what kind of, if you've had family drama or what. If there's been family drama, you might just be like, you know what? Screw this shit. I'm out. I think that's why that Joker cat card came out. All right, let's see how your friends feel about you. Father, Jesus, Synod Masters, Angels, Universe. What can you tell the collective about how their friends feel about them? How do the friends feel about them? All right, 7 of Cups came out. So do you have, maybe you've got a whole lot of other things going on and maybe they feel like they're not part of your options? Could be like that. Like you got a lot of things going on or they got a lot of things going on and y'all can't seem to like get together. Could be something like that. Still sitting there? All right. She does speak too, by the way. Oh, okay. Well, your friends see you really well. If you're dealing with a man, if you're a man in this scenario, people see you. Even if okay, so even if you're a woman in this scenario, people see you mature, happy, and content with where you are. You're working hard. There there are small victories in the background. People may not be recognizing you for them, and that's okay because you know that you're getting validation yourself. So work on self validation and don't worry about validation from others as much. But there's a lot of So you've had actually. So your friends have seen. Oh gosh, yeah. Your friends have seen a lot of things come in for you that you said you wanted, or you could have spoke things and said, "Oh, I want this and this and this," and then it came in. Your friends could have seen that happen. Um, you're moving on from bullshit. So you're moving on from rough waters to calmer waters, and they see you doing that, and they see you making decisions like pimp decisions, not just regular decisions, pimp decisions. Yep, you're over here like a kid in the candy store. What do I want to do? Yep, you sure are. Yes. So you know what? It's a new moon right now. I know this is like what your friends feel about you. Your friends love you. I will say that. They care a lot about you. They see you doing good. They see you making decisions and stuff and getting away from bad stuff and trying to do better. And they see you planning for the future, which is definitely good. I would definitely focus on planning for the future because, like I said, it is a new moon. It's on Sunday, which is tomorrow. I don't know when you're seeing this, but today's the 13th. New moon's on the 14th, depending on where you are. Okay, so your friends not only see you like making money moves and you're happy about it, but they also see that you're crying over something that may not, that you might have had to cut off. Yeah, because you are, I think your friends are seeing you somewhat be sad over having to stand your ground and cut things out to move away from negative shit and focus on the positive stuff. I think your friends have definitely seen you do that. There's that Joker part again, boy. They see you riding off into the sunset. I would definitely say they see you riding off into the sunset. Yeah, you're like, as my mother would say, happy as a lark. All right, so now let's do zodiac signs. All right, Father, Jesus, Ascended Masters, angels, universe. What message do you have for each zodiac? Three cards per zodiac, please. What messages do you have for the collective? For all zodiac signs. Three cards per zodiac sign. I'll tell you, I just saw that the grass was not green on the other side. I saw something else, but I can't remember what that one was. Third party, social media, book up, social media. All right. So if you are dealing with an Aries, all right. Well, they're focused on their home. There's something unexpected coming in. They might even come to you with, hey, it's just a car going by. Calm down. Mm-mm. Quit, quit. So if you're dealing with an Aries, there's something here around. You might be at home and unexpectedly you get like a invitation from this person to go to a party. Okay. Now at that point in time, when you go to this party, shh, be quiet. When you go to this party, you may feel like this is your soulmate. Y'all are gonna hook up. There is gonna be some drinking and smoking. I don't know if y'all are gonna make it social media, what do you call it? Social media official, but you got a soulmate or something that with this Aries, if you're dealing with an Aries. You've been seeing a lot of signs of synchronicities around this Aries as well. All right, so Taurus, if you're dealing with Taurus, what's going on with this Taurus? I just saw change. All right, so you've got unfinished business with a Taurus. It is a fated meeting. I will say that. You may have to travel to go see this person, but there is divine intervention here. This is a secret crush of either yours or theirs. This person, there's unfinished business between you and a Taurus. It may take either this person or you drinking to have the liquid courage to reach out, but there is a fated meeting that's coming. Like I said, there is divine intervention, there is travel. This is a secret crush, and it could turn into a relationship if you want it. So it looks like the Taurus is wanting it. So, yeah, I think the Taurus is wanting it. All right, let's move on to Gemini. All right, what do we have for Gemini? Okay, so a lot of cards came out. There's one. All right, so if you're okay, so if you're dealing with a Gemini, there's a text message coming in from an ex lover. I would say that's the Gemini, or you're the Gemini and you're receiving a text message from an ex lover. But whoever this ex lover is a player. Now, there is change coming. Okay. Some truth is going to come out because I would say that this situation is making you stressed. So there's going to be a lot of truth, clarity. And remember, too, when we were doing a lot of those all signs readings, there was a lot of Ace of Swords, talking and clarity and stuff coming in. So there's confessions, clarity, there's revealing of secrets, there's stress and depression and panic attacks here. So just be careful about that because this situation here is between the lines. Okay. So there's hitting meaning, it's vague, it's implicit, it's not all as it seems. Like it could go literally one way or the other with this Gemini. There is regeneration and growth here, metamorphosis, and a cycle. So this could be a cycle that you're in with this Gemini. But they are coming back if you're worried that if they're coming back or not, they are. All right, what do you have for Cancer? What do we have for Cancer? Uh oh. All right. You may have met someone on social media. You thought this was going to be a good thing, but there's heartbreak here. This could be a new love, and maybe it puts stress or strain on somebody because it caused somebody to have money problems. Someone was materialistic, um, but someone works a lot, and someone is successful, but maybe they didn't want to spend as much money as the other person or something, so they cut the relationship off. But this is the soulmate connection. There's also a lot of regrets here, guilt. They felt like they made the wrong choice. You could also receive an apology through social media because there is going to be an awakening to this, whatever this is. So I don't think that this is done. It's kind of like between the lines right now. So if you want to manifest this back, then I would manifest this definitely right now while it's the new moon. I would go ahead and manifest because, I mean, you can manifest whatever. Yeah, you can manifest reconciliation. That's what it's cut the deck to. All right, so Leo, what do we have here for Leo? What do we have here for Leo? That wasn't a good knock. Okay. So somebody here is wearing a mask. They've got hidden motives. They're not telling the truth about something. They're a snake charmer. They're very they may even play an instrument. Um they make everything sound good, and and because of that, they make you feel like comfort and secure and like you belong. But there's fear here around this. There's suspicion of something, and trust me, you should be suspicious of something because the mask card's here. But the cards are telling you that even though you may feel feared, unafraid, or uneasy, suspicious, or scared, just let go, release, have patience, have bravery. You may notice odd behavior from this person, but there's still unfinished business with said person. So there is going to be something coming around with this person this week, a text message. Let's cut the card to a text message. All right, if you're dealing with the Virgo, they're a player. You're trying to make a family with a player. Is a player trying to make a family with you? Let's see for Virgo. What do we have for Virgo? There's a card upside down. Okay. All right. So if you're dealing with a Virgo, there's a lot of mystery. There's a lot of unknown. There's a lot of illusion, confusion, and enigma around this situation. There's a lot of uneasiness. There's suspicion. You're scared. You're unafraid dealing with this Virgo. You don't know. But there is a reconciliation of this person coming back. Man, so it seems like everybody's getting a second chance, some way or some shape or form. There are romantic feelings in this dynamic. They may want to start out as friends and invite you to a party. I think once that happens and you kind of like break the ice a little bit, then that's going to change, and the dynamic of the relationship will also change. It won't be so much anxiety or uneasiness or all that stuff in the way. Oh yes. So let's see here. New love. I just cut the deck to new love. So this could bring about, like, if you already tried with the Libra and it didn't work out, and you're going to try again, it could actually work out this time. All right, so let's look at Libra. What do we have for Libra? What you doing up there? You getting in your bed? In your bedroom? Okay. All right. So Libra, you're dealing with a player who has you in a third party situation. You could also be married, but yeah, you're dealing with a player here that's got you in a third party. So something's coming in between the two of you. There, it looks like new love. So I don't know if you have a new love interest or if they have a new love interest, the person you're dealing with, but it looks like there's a new love interest that's going to create a relationship here. It's going to cause somebody to have fear, but I feel like you know it's coming because of the intuition card. Like all, I think you already know and see this coming. Okay, yeah. Even though you already see this coming, it is going to cause a little bit of heartbreak. All right, so what do we have for Scorpio? Oh shit. Oh no, no, no. Okay, so I would say Scorpio. You were single in the past, but I'm gonna say you are not now because right now there's justice, divorce, balance, and judgment. So you're making a judgment call to say you're getting synchronicities, you're getting signals, hints, and messages from the universe about something around a new love relationship. So if you have just met someone, or if you were thinking about rekindling, maybe you got separated and you were thinking about going back, then that's what this right here is telling you to do. Um, Listen to music. There's going to be lyrics in the music that will help you. Also, the music will also help you with this new love because it is going to bring. So, divine timing is at hand here. There's a proposal coming up as well, but there is divine timing doing its thing here in this situation. So, you're at a crossroads in some way, shape, or form. All right, so Sagittarius, what do we have for Sagittarius? All right, Sagittarius, you have had some type of one night stand or intimacy or hookup in the past that's caused you to now have to, maybe there's no communication, like you had a date in the past or something, and there was a hookup. Should you be quiet? I said I'll get you out in a minute. But it's causing you right now to have to surrender and kind of go with the flow and focus on your finances. I will say there is divine intervention here. And there also is a storm warning coming. There's upheaval or some drama coming. And it's not telling me what it is because we're having the mystery card. So there's something coming, but it's a mystery, whatever it is. But it has to deal with whoever you had a hookup with or a date, a friend. Maybe it was a friend y'all are friends, y'all just hooked up or something. An ex lover. Oh, okay. So it's an ex lover. So I guess they're coming back. All right. What do we have for Capricorn? What do we have for Capricorn? Danny. Danny Panani. Danny. Danny Panani. Denarius. Stop licking. Well, to you too. I just love when dogs do that. You tell them to do something, they go like whatever. I remember when I was that age, and used to go whatever. Okay, so Capricorn, there's change coming. Like you got more friends coming in. There's something coming in divine timing that's around travel, which is going to be unexpected. But in the meantime, you might have you got butterflies about something and anxiety. You may be restless about because I don't see anything to do with money here whatsoever. So you could be stressing over money or something like that. But your friends are there for you, and it looks like there's a trip or something coming up. So maybe you could be stressing about this trip coming up, and know, and it is going to be shocking, unpredictable. It's a surprise. It's unexpected. You don't expect this trip coming up, whatever this is. So it's going to cause you to have anxiety, but know that all works in divine timing. And listen to your intuition because I see that card, and it might involve a hookup. I just cut the deck to the hookup card. All right, Aquarius. What do we have for Aquarius? What do we have for Aquarius? All right, so you in your family relationship dynamic. This is for someone who has a family, who's in a relationship, or is trying to start a family or have a relationship. Whoever you're dealing with, somebody is sneaky. Okay, Aquarius? You're dealing with someone who maybe You could be dealing with someone who promised you a relationship, who promised you to have a family with and to stay together for a long time, and then they didn't come through. But regardless, you're out celebrating, living it up, having a good time. You've got signs and synchronicities coming in, trying to lead you. 228 could be significant. But the truth is coming out as well around this situation. So whatever proposal or person you've been dealing with, I'm look, reconciliation's been coming back in all these readings. So this, I would say that this is a person you're kind of separated from, and them coming back and trying to offer, give you another offer. Of course, it's up for you to take the offer or not. Okay. All right. So what do we have for Pisces? Roll the dice, and magnetic attraction just flew out and landed upside down. If they fly out, I only take them if they're upside down, where I can actually see what the card says. That's the only time I ever take them, if they fly out. All right. So you were ghosted, or there was some ghosting. Somebody disappeared on you. But you've been celebrating and going to events and social gatherings and hanging out with your friends, and that is causing you healing. But it can also too, with healing, it can also cause wounds. So the wounds, you're improving and you're mending, and you're making progress from whatever this ghosted situation is. Just know that somebody's got hidden motives here. You might have fear or suspicion that nothing's going to come out of this, but I feel like they're going to come back around, and that might cause a storm warning, an upheaval, an obstacle, a wrecking ball, because you might be like, you might give them your 2 cents. Yeah, there's a meeting coming in with this person. They might have ghosted you or left you at one time, but there's a meant to be, destiny, predetermined, and encounter. So there's a fated meeting coming back with somebody, and I would say that there might be a volatile conversation between the two of you. Here, you want to come out? Come on. All right, so here she is. So hi, Kiwi. So this is Kiwi. She's a girl, and as you can see, she's like rainbow colored. And say hi. Say hi, everybody. Say hi, everybody. So you can see how beautiful I am. Yeah. Say my name is Kiwi. Say I'm Kiwi. Kiwi coconut. Yeah, say I'm Kiwi coconut. Say thanks for coming in. Say I'll be back in the channel again. Yeah. So I'll be back some more to make my debut entrance. And I like to sit her. She likes to get up here. You want to get up there and sit? I may let her sit up here because she'll dance and walk down. So I may let her do that. But she also too tries to chew up my money tree. Don't you, girl? Yes, you do. You try to chew up my money tree. Uh-huh. Did you see her dancing? Yeah, you try to chew up my money tree. That's the thing. I'm gonna have to move it, I guess. Yes. So we'll see. She might join us next time. But anyways, take care. Thank you all, and I'm glad that y'all came by. And that's gonna be it for us all.